Hey, welcome back, Scorpio. Thank you for joining me here at Steampunk Psyche. Listen, if you're brand new to the channel, I'm JT. Thanks for joining me, or hit that thumbnail, come in and check it out, all right? If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button and make sure you turn on your notifications. We're going to get started on your general reading, but first, I want to offer you this. Okay, I'm going to give you the download. We'll get the shuffle going and we'll get started on your reading, Scorpio, okay? If my camera will get going. And it did. Hopefully you're doing okay. I apologize for not getting the readings out sooner. I have been going through a, I don't know, early summer flu thing. Our weather patterns are crazy. We've got wildfires going on everywhere. Chaos in the world. But you know what? I just put my head in the damn sand right now. I'm just putting my head in the sand. I'm trying to remain balanced. I'm going to let the universe speak and tell me what to do. I'm not going to listen to the outside influence. I think more people need to do that. Pay attention to the inner world that's taking place. I hope you agree with me. A lot of people would disagree, but okay, we are going to take a look at your present energy. We're going to look at your crossing challenge. We're going to take a look at the subconscious mind, or what's lying underneath in the foundation. We're going to look at the recent past. All right. And then we're going to move all the way down to an outcome and direction, and we will clarify these cards. I will show you the cards up close. Scorpio, let's look at the present energy. We've got the Chariot, okay? I'll show you these up close, but I'll go ahead and get them laid out here. I'll tell you what category they're in, and we'll go over them together. Let my camera focus. The next card is your crossing challenge. Two major arcanas. We got the Justice, okay? Chariot and Justice. Wow. So Libra energy and Cancer energy right off the bat as well. Okay. This first card over here we're going to talk about is your foundation. We've got the Seven of Swords. Okay. In recent past, we have the Four of Pentacles. You know what? I'm just going to lay these out. Get them laid out, and then I'll go over them together. I'm trying to pull together the story as I do this. That's making me feel rushed, and I don't want to feel rushed. Okay, we're going to talk about your present energy with the Chariot. The Chariot, the Chariot. I'm feeling really cynical right now. This energy, the last few days, Scorpio, I apologize to you, but the last few days I have really been feeling this intense energy. And I think this Chariot kind of represents that energy. It's like the balance between the light and the dark, you know? I'm like you've been doing all the work, you know, you've been putting in the effort of things. You have been, people are not recognizing your power, your truth, you know? And it's kind of like you hit the highs and you're feeling really great and you're unstoppable. And even when you're, and then the energy shifts in you, and you're at your lowest of lows. You know what I mean? But you don't complain and whine to the world. You don't take it out on everybody else. But nobody seems to recognize that, and they still keep throwing their shit back at you. So it's like the chariot makes you want to move on. Like, I want to get the hell out of here. I'm gonna leave this situation. I want to, you know what I mean? So that's the kind of energy that I'm feeling right there. And so if I feel, if my energy is kind of like aggressive, that's the energy I'm picking up on. It's kind of a fire sign energy too. And your crossing challenge, being the justice card, it makes perfect sense. It's kind of like, I've had enough of this shit. I am so sick and tired of justice not coming my way. No balance. Boy, I'm getting angry. Scorpio, what is going on? I'm gonna let you see the down low here again. So yeah, your crossing challenge is going to be justice, all right? And we are talking about Libra energy here, which makes sense, right? That's a very aggressive energy. But what I really feel is that you've had enough, you know? And it makes sense because your very next card to come out here is the Seven of Swords, okay? And so the Seven of Swords tells me that, and in this being in the foundation, that you have been hurt in the past, big time, you know? It's a trust issue. There is like, there's so much, especially now, and I mentioned that earlier, with so much commotion going on in the world, you can't help but hear the bullshit that's taking place. You can't help but, even though we want to try to, stay away from it, it's just constantly around us, no matter what. And so it causes a distrust. Now, this is a specific energy for a particular group of people. This may not apply to you, so only take what resonates with you. But I feel like even in the collective, that there's a lot of tension right now. Now, we did just come through, with the solar eclipse, fire eclipse, what they are calling the fire eclipse, and a new season. But what I feel like, this is more of the human experiences that's going on, more than astrologically based, okay? But with the Seven of Swords, there's definitely a sense of distrust. Somebody has hurt you pretty bad in the past, betrayed your trust, okay? And they made a mark on you, and that was a deliberate mark. And I feel like needs to be a retribution, with justice being your challenge. So whoever this is for, it's very specific. So we're going to get through this reading. I hope you stick around. If you're brave enough to challenge the things that hurt, we'll get through this together, okay? The next card is in the possibilities area. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. That was in the underlying energy, and this now is in the recent past. So, like I said, but it's still the same principle. The fact that we're still holding on to that energy. It's like, I need retribution. There has to be some kind of relief. Relief is such a much more beautiful word. And when you say the word, if you say the word relief right now with me, relief, it even fucking feels better. Just a word. Sometimes words they're perfect in ways to help us graduate into a better frame of mind. But I feel like with the Four of Pentacles, there is something there that has, like I said, it's something you can't let go of. The Four of Pentacles represents the hoarding kind of effect, or holding on to something, but it also represents that crown chakra right there. Something that's on the very top of your head, okay? Something that's at the forefront. So whoever this is for, you know exactly what that thing is, okay? And we're going to find out as we go along here, okay? All right, so the next card to come out is in the near future, okay? So in the near future, there is this Queen of Cups, all right? Now, the Queen of Cups represents mystery, represents ebb and flow. So I feel like whatever this situation was for you, and I say was because that's the recent past, and this being, for your for the near future, I feel like there's going to be an ebb and flow. There's going to be a, if you take a look at the card, she's adorned with this beautiful robe that represents the ebb and flow of, say, the water and stream. She is holding that ornate cup that has the lid on it, and that represents the mystery, and it's, also has the crescent moons, okay? So there's sides of this mystery, the questioning as to whether or not, am I going to get justice? That's what the moon is about to shine a light on, okay? Of the cup. So that mystery is going to no longer be a mystery for you, whatever it is that is bugging you, what's underlying, what's keeping you in that pinned up angst, that anxiety, whatever it is. I'm not necessarily picking up relationship wise at this point, okay? So whoever this is for, this is more about kind of clarification on a personal. I kind of feel like this is like a secret for somebody. They just need to know, is this going to get solved? Is there something going to pan out, Okay. So now we're going to take a look at the self, okay? As the self, we show up as the Ace of Wands. I'm not the reader that's going to tell you this is getting a booty call. I'm just not in this position. In other words, getting the great big wand. I'm sorry. This is emotional clarity, okay? And it's backed up by your Queen of Cups. I'm a different kind of reader, okay? I just am. And what I want you to know is that you're going to receive, you are showing up as emotional clarity, okay? And that's the position where you're trying to stay the best that you can in the conditions that you're in, okay? And so the Ace of Cups is, or the Ace of Wands, I'm sorry, is kind of representing that situation, okay? It's divine, meaning that you're staying in a divine state of mind because you know that is the best situation for you to be in for your clarity, okay? And it has other meanings, but in this particular position, I don't, like I said, it just didn't fall that way. Okay, so the environment around you is with the Seven of Wands, okay? Now, it's kind of that warrior spirit again, protecting. You're guarding something. And I felt like that earlier. I said there's some kind of secret. There's something that's like personal and private, okay? And I feel like with this, the Seven of Wands, it's kind of suggesting that to stay protecting that which you have already, that whatever you're safeguarding, okay, whether that be finances, whether that be a romance, a relationship, a job status, whatever that is for you, and with the Ace of Wands showing up and being in that emotional clarity, I'm trying to say that more than likely this is saying guard that emotional clarity right now, protect it with all your might, okay. And the reason being is because, I'll show you. What's about to come to action here, what is about to happen in your environment is a major change, okay? You got the Wheel of Fortune here. So that's why I'm telling you the reason why this Ace of Wands doesn't. You were backed up by 3 cards talking about intuition, emotional clarity, all in a row, because something big is about to happen for you. A cycle is about to end. And I feel like with Anubis rising, or going the other way here, with the rising up, okay, it's like he's been in the underworld and now he's coming to the surface again with clarity, okay, with the Sphinx, okay? And so your wheel is turning, okay? It's sort of like that magic gear that clicks over and a brand new cycle. You're going to wake up to things. You're going to see things that are like, it could be synchronicities of things, but I feel like more what's going to be challenging for you to find, because you're really wanting to see like the physical presence of something with justice, okay? So with the justice being your crossing challenge, what I mean is that you're going to want to see a physical change happen. But I feel like what's going to take place is it's almost like the environment around you is going to be changing. Okay. And so you're going to be really having to it's almost like you want to jump out of yourself and just watch what's going on. Okay. As far as synchronicities are concerned, I don't feel like it's like you're not going to be seeing like the license plate numbers and things like that. What I feel like is going to happen is people around you, because you're safeguarding your emotions, that is going to trigger other people's emotions. So you're going to start to people who didn't normally speak to you are going to start to speak to you. People who you feel like maybe have been talking about you, those things are going to start to be revealed for you. Like I said, this is very specific to whoever this is for, but I kind of feel like that's what this energy is talking about, okay? All right, I'm going to move on to the next one now. And the reason I think that's important that I say it like that is because we have the Queen of Swords, okay? And the Queen of Swords is sitting in the hopes, fears, wishes, and worries, okay? Now, I would try to ask myself this, like, what is it that I really want to say? The Queen of Swords is not the very best at communication-wise because she's a little withheld, okay? She would be that, what modern day would call the introvert, or a little reluctant to speak exactly what she wants to say, a little more soft-spoken, a little more withheld, could be a little more avoidant. She has that tendency to be avoidant. But I feel like at this time, it's kind of a good thing for you, okay? Because you had three cards in a row that was talking about safeguard your emotional clarity right now. Because that soft spokenness that that energy that you're possessing with that soft spoken is going to be revealing, okay? That is going to be what moves the chariot, okay? That chariot is a silent partner for you, okay? It brings to the surface lots of aspects of spiritualism, of awakening. See, we don't really pay attention to, a lot of times we take for granted the fact that we touch people's lives. And sometimes it could be what we don't say that touches a person's life. I mean, we know that's happened. It's been situations where you needed a person to say something to you and they didn't, okay? And then your mind goes 365, 100,000 miles an hour trying to answer all these questions, So so that is a very effective means, in other words, of let's not forget she is a queen. There is no doubt that that's a double-edged sword in her hands, okay? So it's kind of like, the old biblical reference of the double-edged sword, or the tongue is like the double-edged sword, right? Okay, so in the outcome and direction, all right, we have the Three of Wands. Sorry about that. I'll do the other camera. The Three of Wands. So this means you're taking action, okay? This means that you're making investments, and that investment, I believe, is in your emotional self. We have those wands there. But it's also that this could be you're no longer sitting back and just making the plans. Now you're moving forward and taking the actions. So what I'd like to do is maybe clarify on this Three of Wands as to what that represents for you, okay? All right, Scorpio, I appreciate you. I hope that this is chiming with you. If it is chiming with you, make sure you give it a thumbs up, If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscription button and make sure to turn on your notifications. Okay. We're going to clarify this Three of Wands. What does Scorpio need to know about the Three of Wands? How about the Four of Wands? Okay. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So this Three of Wands is about It could be talking about a marriage proposal, okay? But I feel like it's more like a celebration for you. It's a victory, okay? It represents victory. You know, the four, you see the celebration taking place back there by the castle, okay? And the wreath and garment or garland or whatever is representing emotional victory, okay? So I kind of feel like I said, this is still secretive. There's like Scorpio, you know what this is for you personally. And it would be really hard for me to tell because it's not necessarily relationship related as much as it is. It's kind of like, it could be a healing of your relationship. The chariot does represent kind of an awakening, a transmutation. But with justice, I feel like this is a silent justice. This is pouring coals. This is, I don't have to say, it's sort of like when mom got on to you when you was little, or at least my parents, when they got on to me when I was little, all my dad had to do was tilt down his glasses and look down at me. It's like he could shame you without saying a word, So I kind of feel like this is a victory for you, whatever this represents. And I really, honestly, at this point, I can't really tell you. And I'm not going to placate to the cards to keep you around just, by telling you some crazy story. I'm just kind of picking up on the energies. I feel like in the beginning, you were pissed. You've had enough, and I don't blame you. I feel that energy as well. It's like no matter if you turned left, people got hurt. If you turned right, people got hurt. But you would be the first to come forward to soothe or comfort. And I feel like nobody was there to help soothe or comfort you in that situation or in multiple situations. And you're like, you've had enough of that. So I feel like that part is gone and you've moved forward and you're staying in an emotional, it's like you found an emotional sacred place that's safe for you. Okay. But this Four of Wands could represent that there is a situation coming in that is you'll feel that victory. You'll get that peace. You'll get that understanding that you need. Okay. All right, Scorpio, I appreciate you being here. I hope you got confirmation from this. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up for me, would you? Anyway, I love you. I respect you. And I hope I get to see you on the next one. All right. Bye-bye.